Hi, I'm Carrie Hagenow, the Door Peninsula Land Steward with the Nature Conservancy. We hear a lot about the challenges species face, but despite those challenges, many species are thriving or making a comeback. I'm here at Pile Creek. This is part of the Nature Conservancy's Kangaroo Lake Preserve and the headwater of wetlands that ultimately flow into Kangaroo Lake in Door County, Wisconsin. This is a major breeding site for the Hines emerald dragonfly, a federally endangered species. Here at Pile Creek, the dragonfly needs clean, clear groundwater to thrive and grow in. The dragonfly, unlike others, uses crayfish burrows, where its larvae live for up to 5 years before emerging and becoming adults to breed again. The Nature Conservancy is working to protect important breeding sites like this and to also manage invasive species and other threats to the Hines emerald dragonfly. We work with partners across the county to protect these lands, as well as with the University of South Dakota, who conducts important research to best understand the needs of the species and how we can manage for it. Some exciting research happening right now includes the use of eDNA in detecting the Hines emerald dragonfly in wetlands there may be living that we're not aware of yet.
Hi, I'm Rich Biskey, Land Protection Strategies Director with the Nature Conservancy in Minnesota, here to share with you one of our nation's greatest conservation success stories, the bald eagle. Bald eagles are a national bird and a long-held cultural and spiritual icon. Were nearly lost to us due to decades of habitat degradation, illegal hunting, and widespread use of the chemical DDT. Since the passage of the Endangered Species Act and banning of DDT, we've seen bald eagles make a remarkable comeback. Perhaps best observed in Minnesota and Wisconsin, along our rivers, where tall trees and plentiful fish give them a place to call home. Places like the Mississippi River headwaters area remain critically important for conserving habitat for bald eagles and many other important critters.
Hi, I'm Pete Blank. I'm the Northwest Ohio Restoration Manager with the Nature Conservancy in Ohio. I'm here today at our Kittitas Nature Preserve at the Sandhill Crane Wetlands Restoration Area. Not long ago, this site was active farmland, but the Nature Conservancy purchased it, and we are restoring it to wet prairie and upland prairie. Last year, we planted over 350 species of native plants. This is a great place to see plants, but it's also a great place to see wildlife. As a birder, I'm really excited about the birds that are coming through here. We're seeing waterfowl, shorebirds, grassland birds, and among the grassland birds, we're seeing dickcissel, vesper sparrow, and savanna sparrow nesting out here. As the name suggests, we hope to see sandhill cranes nesting out here as well. So far, we've seen them migrating through here and feeding at the site, and we're hoping they'll be nesting here very soon. We're really excited about this restoration area, and we hope you come out to the Kittitas Nature Preserve and see the Sandhill Crane Wetlands Restoration Area.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Bach, the research scientist with the Nature Conservancy in Illinois at the Nechusa Grasslands Preserve. Pollinator populations have been declining precipitously across recent decades. However, one species is beginning to reappear in the prairies of Illinois, the regal fritillary. A striking butterfly, the regal fritillary can often be confused with the monarch due to its vibrant orange color and distinctive black markings. However, the species faces several difficult challenges for persistence in our landscape, namely declining prairie habitat and a very finicky diet for its larvae, which feed exclusively on prairie violets. The Nature Conservancy, partners, and supporters are working at preserves across the Midwest to bolster habitat and food sources for this rare butterfly. While this species remains in decline throughout its historic range, efforts like this planting behind me at Nechusa Grasslands, planted only 5 years ago, is making a home for these butterflies. The planting includes 5 species of native prairie violets and is building on a connected, large-scale landscape prairie restoration effort. We're hoping that these efforts together can begin to set the stage for a potential comeback for this declining species.
Hello, this is Tom Swinford, Director of Stewardship for the Nature Conservancy in Indiana. Few mammals have made as incredible a comeback as the playful river otter. River otters were once abundant in the waterways and coastal areas throughout Canada and the United States. But habitat loss, water pollution, and the fur trade devastated otter populations across the continent. By 1952, they were gone from Indiana, extirpated. But today, Thanks to the Indiana Department of Natural Resources and its conservation partners, river otter is once again thriving. In 1995, the DNR began to reestablish otters in river corridors across Indiana, including the Blue River in Harrison County. TNC has been a conservation leader in the Blue River for over 20 years, with efforts to improve water quality and habitat for the otter and many other species.
Hi, I'm Matt Herbert, a conservation scientist with the Nature Conservancy. We're all familiar with species that aren't doing well. That's true globally, in the Great Lakes, and right here in the state of Michigan. But there are species that are going through comebacks. One of those species is the cisco, also known as lake herring. Cisco were once one of the more abundant species of fishes in the Great Lakes. They were very important to our Great Lakes food webs, and they were the most commercially fished species in the Great Lakes back in the late 1800s and the first half of the 1900s. But their populations crashed in the 1950s due to a combination of habitat degradation, overfishing, and aquatic invasive species invasions. And so for 60 years, we had hardly any cisco in Lake Michigan. We just had a small remnant population located very near to where I'm standing today. But over the last 10 to 15 years, we've seen a resurgence in cisco in Lake Michigan. Working with our partners from the Michigan Department of Natural Resources, the Little Traverse Bay Band of Odawa Indians, Central Michigan University, and the Sioux Tribe of Chippewa Indians, we've documented substantial increases in abundance of cisco where they occur, and also big increases in the distribution of where cisco occur in Lake Michigan. Cisco are showing up in places they haven't been seen in decades. We are continuing to monitor cisco populations in Lake Michigan, and we're looking for opportunities to restore reef habitat in Lake Michigan to help continue to increase cisco populations. If you're interested in cisco and want to learn more, go to nature.org/MidwestComebacks.